The currency of Indonesia, rupiah, has a long history that stretch back to colonial period. Due to periods of uncertain economy and higher inflation, the currency has been revalued for several times. 800, 1600 native, Javanese and Chinese money. The first coin-like products found in Indonesia date from the 9th century Buddhist Salandran dynasty and were produced in Indonesia until the 12th century. Gold and silver masa, tahil and kupang, often ascribed with the letter ma for masa, the image of sandalwood flower. Also used in this period were mutashala of Lesser Sunda Islands, strings of beads of Indo-Pacific origins, produced by the Sumatran Srivijaya Empire, which spread to Borneo, Java and to the eastern Indonesian islands in the 13th century. In the eastern islands those beads are saved as heirlooms until the present, using Chinese-made beads after the defeat of Srivijaya. The Majapahit Empire, which became predominant in Java and Sumatra from the late 13th century, received, with the arrival of Chinese traders, old copper coins known as cash. These were later mimicked in Indonesia using tin lead. 1600 to 1942 Dutch colonial money. When Europeans began arriving in Indonesia, they brought with them gold coins from Portugal and Venice and silver Spanish dollars from Mexico, Peru and Bolivia, the latter becoming the predominant trade coin in the archipelago for several hundred years. The Dutch East India Company was granted a trade monopoly over the Indies in 1600, and under the leadership of Jan Peter Sirwan Cohen gained effective government over the territory around Batavia on Java, the capital, with an area of influence that increased over time, and which was eventually expanded by Dutch conquest into the 20th century to include nearly all of what is now Indonesia. The Dutch East India Company in the 17th century imported chiefly silver coin, in the form of Dutch small silver 1, 2, and 6 Stuiver coins, as well as the Spanish dollar and Dutch trade coinage. They helped provide smaller change by selling tin to the cash mints, but generally did not produce or import it themselves. Due to a lack of tin supply in 1724, the company began to produce its own copper coins, VOC, branded duet coins, which were minted in 6 provinces of the Netherlands and imported in vast numbers over the 18th and into the 19th century. There were intermittent efforts at VOC-branded silver coinage, but mostly imported Dutch and Spanish silver, which had a higher value in the Indies, was used. Although most coin was imported, silver and also some gold, rupiah coins were minted locally in the 18th and early 19th century. The first bank paper appeared with the formation of the De Banku Rand en Bank van Lening in 1752, and a number of issues were made over the next 60 years, which all tended to lose value over time due to lack of coin to back the paper. The VOC went bankrupt in 1800 and the territories were nationalized by the then government, the Batavian Republic, which issued its own duets and made an issue of silver Gulden coins in 1802. Duets were minted in large numbers in Surabaya between 1814 and 1840, from silver imported from the Netherlands. In 1854, the Netherlands Indies guilder Gulden was decimalized, the duet replaced by the cent, and a series of coins from 1/2 cent up to 1/4 Gulden was issued, all minted in the Netherlands. Larger denominations 1/2, 1 and 2.5 Gulden in silver, and 5 and 10 Gulden in gold, were of regular Dutch issue and circulated alongside the lower denominated Indies coinage. This same series of coinage continued to be issued until independence in 1945. The government put a stop to the inflationary bank paper with an issue of government paper in 1815, withdrawn on the 30th of June 1861. De Javische Bank, the central bank of the Netherlands Indies, eventually to become Bank Indonesia, was established in 1828, subject to much stricter regulation than previous banks, and remained solvent.